G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. This is another 3v3 from the Pro League that's hosted by Liticor once again. I will leave a link in the description over to his channel, so make sure you go check him out. But let's talk a little bit about this game. We've got Leenock, who spawns down towards the south side of the map on his team. He's also got Murloc King. Leenock was playing the Chinese. Murloc King on the Rus. Sorry, I take that back, on the Holy Roman Empire. And down towards the south, we've got Kiwian, who is playing on the Rus. The map that we've got is Hill and Dale. Now you can see Hill and Dale. Obviously, this is a hill area where they spawn in on, but we've got a dale that is towards the center of the map. So let's take a look and see who spawns on the opposite side of the map. So we've got Lucifron 7, who's also going to be playing Chinese like Leenock. In the middle, we've actually got the Mister playing the Abbasid Dynasty. And then up towards the north of the map, we've got Vortex, who is playing the Holy Roman Empire. So we've got ourselves, it's a little bit of a mirror match. Oops, wrong button. Let me make sure that I get that right. There we go. So a little bit of a mirror match. The only difference is that one team has got the Rus, the other team has got the Abbasid Dynasty. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be spotting out now. You guys would have seen plenty of 3v3s on the channel in the past. And it's important to remember that typically you kind of get this blend of sort of half aggression, half greed. Like players are doing like professional scouts, double stable, like French, that sort of thing. But I don't think we're going to be seeing that here. I've got a feeling we're probably going to be seeing walls. We do have Kiwian on the Rus, so I wouldn't be surprised to actually see full walls coming in here from the Rus player. So there's one entrance, two entrances, a third entrance up here as well. So each player's got their own entrance, and then there's another two entrances up towards the top of the base. Over on the other side, we've got one entrance, then a second entrance, a third, and then it looks like a very weird fourth and fifth entrance, if you could even call it that. And then down towards the very end on the edge of the map, we've got this last entrance as well. Plenty of resources in the middle of the map, just so many forests, so many gold mines, stone, everything that you could ask for. Obviously got that 1, 2, 3 sacred sites out there, and plenty of relics on the map to gain control of as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our Rus players, our Holy Roman Empire players, they're going to be very happy with the relics. But I'm curious what type of game we're going to be seeing out of this. My suspicion is that we're probably going to be seeing some defensive play. So I'm expecting quite a long game. Obviously with the Chinese on board, you can pretty reasonably expect that there's going to be multiple town centers coming out for the Chinese player. So we'll have to tune in with Leenock and Lucifron and see how they do. But we're riding on board with Murloc King at the moment, who is playing the Rus. Actually, the Holy Roman Empire, I apologize. And I think that's the second time I've said the Rus. Do they have the same aesthetics in Age 1? Is that why I'm saying that? Let's have a look. No, they don't even have the same aesthetics. You can see they've got like, these guys have got like the little hooks on the top, the pointy bits, whereas the Rus is just very like, they look like the Rus kind of look Polynesian, you know, like they build huts. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah. Alright, so going up with the Archon Chapel, down towards the south, we've got Kiwian going up with the Golden Gate. No surprise there. And doesn't actually look like we've got Leenock going with an early barracks. What is that all about? So Leenock's actually training spears? Is Leenock going for a tower rush? Potentially? What is he doing with this? Why does Leenock have a barracks? What is his plan with this? Is he... I mean, he knows that there's no Mongols on the enemy team, right? We'll check in with Lucifron. We'll see exactly what his team spots. So he's going to spot the barracks. He's going to spot that. That is so curious. What are you doing, Leenock? You're playing a... Is it... Oh, he's probably spotted out the spears of the Abbasid player from Mister. What is Mister doing, though? Why does Mister have spears coming out this early? I mean, so they've spotted that out, and then to respond to it, it looks like Leenock has then gone his own barracks. But I feel like going for spears early, it's like you just laugh at your enemy. Like, what are you going to do, Mister? Like, making spears on this map? Like, he has achieved everything he wants to do. Like, because if you got to think about it, when it comes to forcing a response from your opponent, you're planning to force a response from your opponent, whereas your opponent is not planning to respond. They've got their own plan in their head that they're going to achieve, and then you sort of ruin that. But now it looks like we have the spears coming around. They might get a nice little shot in there. Doesn't seem that there's much of a connection. There's a wolf getting in on the action as well. A lot of players going up to the second age now. We've got about 3 players that are up, 3 players that remain. 4 spears out for the Mister. And yeah, a lot of aggression out early. No villager getting pulled for early spear, or rather early towers. So interesting on that front. But yeah, very curious early game plays here. I normally just wouldn't have even given this the time of day. If my enemy wants to make, like, spears, like, go for it, bro. You do you. I don't mind. But I guess then, you know, the response that comes from that is that if your enemy goes spears, you might have to go archers. And then that in itself is a response because you've got to put down an archery range that you weren't planning to. So maybe it does make sense to go these early spears, get them out of the way. Especially if you are planning on making barracks later in the game, which a Chinese player definitely would be. They're going to be going for that Spearman Palace Guard combo. Mr. the only player yet to age up, obviously playing the Abbasid dynasty. Going to be going up with the economic wing. We'll tune in with him. Actually, we'll check in on what players have got with regard to income. And we can see, so we've got Mr. actually planning to add a second town center in. No one else adding a second town center just yet. Vortex, as well as Murloc King, looking like they might be going to age up. We'll check what their current resources are. And you can see Vortex has already got that 600 gold gathered up, so he's doing a great job there. Now we've got the walls coming down from Murloc King. It looks like he has cancelled out one section of the walls, but he's up to the next age. And thinking about getting up to the third age as well. So Arkan Chapel on this side. Up towards the north, we've got the Arkan Chapel that's been dropped down as well. Towards the middle, the economic wing coming in. And then, of course, we've got the Imperial Academy coming in for the Chinese player, Lucifron. He's opened up with a stable, so it looks like he's going to be going for professional scouts. We'll double check and see. Yeah, you can see that the professional scouts has come in. I'm curious to know, with regard to our Rus player, I think that was Kiwian, what he's sitting on. He's sitting on 405 bounty at the moment, so not too bad from his perspective. Ideally, you want to hit that 500 threshold, and especially on a 3v3 map like this, it would be something that would be more of an expectation rather than a a desire. But now it looks like Lee not going to be able to chase off Mista's spears, force them back for at least the moment. Plenty of villagers around here. He's got to be careful. He does manage to get these in. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of scouts out, though. It looks like only 2 scouts. Going to be adding in a whole bunch more. Mr. finally reaching the feudal age. We'll have to take a look with Mr., see what he is up to. So still hasn't dropped down that second town center. Actually, I take it back. Mr. has dropped that second town center. Going to be going for a third town center. So he is going absolutely all out. I do like this aggressive play or aggressive opening from him, where he sort of forces out the spears from his opponent to react to that. And then he's still got his plan behind this, which is obviously double and then triple town center. So I'm curious to see where Lee Nock sits in relation to this. Lee Nock got the double town center out himself. Doesn't look like he's got that dynasty set up just yet, but probably aiming towards it. Vortex reaching that castle age at 7 minutes. That is so damn quick. Aging up so freaking fast. Actually looks like he might be being brought dear in by his ally, Lucifron. What a teammate, and such a smart move, enabling his ally to get up extra fast here, bringing him in the deers. He doesn't even have a mill out right now. He can't get professional scouts in, so his ally is going to bring in the deer for him. If you are playing team games, this is 100% a play that you need to start doing. This is slinging on another level. You guys know slinging, right? Where you donate resources to your opponent. Or to your ally, rather, not to your opponent. Donating it to your opponent is throwing, I believe. Slinging is where you donate it to your allies. So this is like next level slinging when you think about it, because you're not just donating resources, you're donating APM, you're donating research, you're donating the training of those scouts. Obviously, he has picked up a whole bunch of deer for himself, and then he's gone on. I suspect has he dropped any deer off for his Abbasid teammate? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't really look like it, no. Very, very awesome. I love that. That is such a smart move. I really can't understate how big this is, because that's gonna getting professional scouts for the Holy Roman Empire player would slow him down by at least a minute, and we can see 90 seconds there for Murloc King. We'll tune over with Murloc King and just see how much he's got. So you can see that he has got this mill up. He didn't actually go for professional scouts, so he's just that much slower than Vortex. So I guess that just really demonstrates how strong Vortex is. But it definitely seems like this team is playing towards their strengths. What is going on here? That is a lot of villagers making an archery range right now, Kiwian. That is a lot. But does have the walls coming up towards the north. Now, interestingly, it wasn't the Rus player that actually did the walls when it probably should have been, just because of how much stronger the Rus walls are. They are the fortified palisade walls. So ideally, if you're playing a team game and you're playing on a map like this and you do have the Rus player on your team, make sure you get them to do the walls, because they are going to be much more formidable. They're going to be cheaper. They're going to be built faster as well. And we do hear that first relic of the game being picked up for Murloc King. He's going to be heading back in. He's got the first prelate out, second prelate. Going to be facing some stiff competition right here, as not only does the wolf look like it's getting on the action, but there's scouts, there's spears, and they are really trying their best to prevent this relic from actually getting claimed. So doing a great job there with the wolf as well. But yeah, it does look like this prelate will be going down. I think one more hit will probably do it for him. No, it's going to be 2 more hits, and there it goes. Relic goes down with the prelate. There was one more prelate that was out and about, but I think it may have gone down as well. So very unfortunate timing there from Murloc King. Sort of probably relying a little bit too much on a 1v1 meta and not preparing to protect that, but I'm curious to see where Vortex is at. We'll check in with him. Vortex already going up with a Palace of Swabia. Wow, this is absolutely ludicrous. He's got 2 relics in there. Was there any slinging that was going on here? There had to be slinging for him to get up this fast. This is ridiculous. How is he getting up this fast? Look at this. This is a 10 minutes. There had to be resources donated here. There's no way this came up this fast. He did hit the castle age at 7 minutes. He's already got the monastery up, just in case he gets more relics out. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing like his teammates bringing over relics to help him out. I really wouldn't be surprised. But I do love the fact that the Mister is really sort of taking one for the team in that he's being aggressive with these early spears. He's obviously got the 3 town centers out, so even though technically he's taking one for the team, he's not really, because he is booming behind it himself. But now Palace of Swabia comes out. This is where shit gets real. This economy is going to go absolutely ham. So this team towards the north, they are popping off. And now, oh my lord, we've got the Imperial Palace coming out as well from Lucifron. So he didn't actually hit the dynasty for the Song dynasty. You can see he's sitting on 1 TC. Are they going to sling him? They are really doing like this ultimate sling strategy. Look at this. He's going to be going for Fire Lancers. They're going to sling Fire Lancers. This is insanity. I can't believe this, and now this prelate probably going to be making it back in time. I don't think this is going to not be coming out, but this is absolutely wild. He's got the 4 stables down, dropping down the astronomical clock tower now. I suspect they're literally just going to sling him into mass Fire Lancers and just like literally just take over the game. Oh, this is oh my god, I can't believe. Okay, I apologize in advance to anybody who's coming to this channel and they're like, where did this strategy come from? Yep, this is where it came from. This is going to take over 3v3s. This is kind of crazy. So you've got player 1, who is aggressive in the beginning of the game, sort of forces the opponent to be responsive, sort of forces them to wall up and be more defensive. Then you've got player 2, which goes absolutely ham on their economy. And then you've got player 3, which helps out player 2 with their economy, but at the same time is preparing for the invasion of the Fire Lancers, and that is just absolute insanity. I'm really looking forward. This is such a smart strategy. Blacksmith now going to be coming out as well. This is beautiful synergy is really what we're seeing here. The only thing that we're missing is just like a whole bunch more stables. Like if you think 3 stables is going to be enough, or 4 stables, you are sorely mistaken, my friend. You are going to need a lot of stables right here. So I ideally would like to be seeing like 10, 12 stables out from him, but we'll have to see how they do play it out. We've got the University coming out as well from Vortex. So these guys are really going ham when it comes to their team game strategies. And now looks like the Rus Warrior Monk's going to be coming out. I'm suspecting that we did have the Abbey of the Trinity going up. We did indeed. But looking to gather up a couple of these relics, so probably going to be doing a pretty decent job of it. But keep in mind, the Holy Roman, the Holy Roman Empire player is just happy with the 3 relics. That's all they care about. But Siege Workshop coming out. We got early Bombards coming out. This is wild. Literally the first unit of the game he's making is a Bombard. This is crazy meta when it comes to the way that these games are played. Lucifron, now you can see plenty of resources in the bank. Looks like he is adding in more houses, but yeah, really short on wood at the moment. You can just see how much he's struggling with it. I'd love to see him potentially even drop down a market, just buy a couple 100 wood, 500 wood or something like that, just to drop down 2 more stables and then just get a whole bunch more Fire Lancers out. But scouts around the base with Murloc King down towards the south here. Bombard going to be coming out and looking to dish out a bit of damage. Probably going to be able to one-shot this scout. We'll have to see how it plays. Here she goes. Boom! Headshot. That was a headshot. You could see the horse. Sorry, horse. But now we get the barracks coming out as well, so maybe see some Lanch Connect? Who knows? Walls going to be coming up as well, stone walls, and plenty of horse archers out on the map now. These guys are not going to have a good time when it comes to these Fire Lancers. This is next level 3v3. This is, honestly, for you guys playing along at home, this is probably the most beautiful strategic mastermind I've ever seen when it comes to 3v3 and synergy for the 3v3. You know, it's really one of the key words is synergy in the way that players are able to cover each other. And I can't really think of a game that has been demonstrated more so than this game right here. Now, obviously, we've got to make sure that we take a look over towards Lennox's team, see what they're up to. Obviously, got the Palace of Swabia out here as well for Murloc King. But the key thing here is that China is booming, and China doesn't want to be booming. China wants to be making fire lancers. So he is obviously going for those fire lancers now, has managed to go for there's the double landmark. So both of the dynasties, or both Chinese players have gone towards that dynasty. The only difference is, in my opinion, is that you're not going to have that sling coming in. And we know that there's going to be a sling coming, just simply because there's one town center. Normally you would expect China on a map like this to be going for 2 or even 3 town centers, but the fact he's only on 1 town center, to me, indicates he's probably just going to be getting slinged. Massive amounts of resources. We'll tune back in with Lucifront. We'll see exactly how he's doing. He's got plenty of villagers out at the moment. He's got the fire lancers out. No, not yet heading to the Imperial Age. I would expect that he would go up sooner rather than later, just simply because when it comes to getting your elite upgrades for the fire lancers, very important. The damage from the splash is massively increased. So really important to get those out early. But you can see that you can see the team to the north here is anticipating that there's going to be fire lancers coming out from the south team. And as a result, they are beginning to wall up with stone walls. Keep in mind, the stone walls aren't actually able to be targeted by the fire lancers. You're going to need bombards, you're going to need trebuchets, you're going to need some form of actual siege weaponry, rather than just horse, fire lancers, essentially. But obviously keep in mind that there are still flanks that are available. There are still these weird little valleys or weird little choke points that could potentially be targeted, so always got to be careful of those. But now it looks like a bit of a push coming out. Plenty of archers out for the Mister at this point in time. We'll take a look at scores and see where players are up to. So it looks like we've got Team 2 here slightly ahead just due to Vortex. You can see how far ahead he is with regard to his score, just utilizing. It all comes down to the hunt coming in from his teammates. But now those fire lancers coming in, not doing too much damage there. They really aren't in a critical mass at this point. Ideally wants to sit it in double-digit numbers before you engage into something like that, just because it's going to guarantee those hits actually go off. But fire lancers now coming around the back of the base of his opponent. So Murloc King doing his best to try and get these stone walls up, and not going to have a lot of time, as the fire lancers are going to be managing to get through here. Looking like they're going to be able to clean up down towards the south here as well. Horse Archer's doing a great job of covering. Kiwian doing a good job there, but now fire lancers going to be able to get through, and if they find the villagers, that is where the trouble begins. More towards the front, scouting out. They are stonewalling their hearts out right now. You can see double layers coming in absolutely everywhere. They do not want to mess around, and it looks like there is a little bit of a gap down here towards the south. No one has broken through just yet. It looks like elite knights have come out already for the Holy Roman Empire play, but now down towards this western base that belongs to Lee Nock. Looks like Lucifront is going to get a couple of charges off, almost taking out that Imperial official, but not going to be able to do it. He's going to manage to chase these around. They need to seal up this gap, and that's exactly what they have done. So they have managed to stay alive just for a small moment. But now the bombards are beginning to rain down terror. So they've done a great job in distracting their opponents here with these fire lancers. He does have +2 for each of these now, so he's got a lot of upgrades that have come through, and now looking to get +2 attack as well. But yeah, doing a really nice job with these fire lancers on the back line. And just sort of frustrating his opponent there. But you can see the units streaming across the field. We have the elite men-at-arms with their maces out. These look like they're almost fully upgraded. They've got the 6 armor, but now going to be dropping down plenty of bombards. So he's only got, how many mangonels are out right now? It looks like 2 mangonels, 2 bombards, and they managed to take down the wall. It looks like a castle's going to be coming down here as well. Towards the south as well, we've got some more fire lancers going for the raids, but obviously they're going to spot out those stone walls, realize there's not a lot of usefulness for themselves down there. Bombard's just going to be absolutely destroying this keep. Leenock trying his best to put it up. Villagers got to be careful. Villagers all going down to the mangonel shots, and those elite men-at-arms are coming in with a beautiful timing here. The veteran archers are going to be doing a bit of a difficult spot here because of the elite knights that are now running through. These guys are beautiful. I gotta say, I love the Holy Roman elite knights. They just look absolutely awesome. Mangonel shots, you hear it. It's so damn loud as well. But now we see the horse archers coming in. They're going to be doing a decent job here as well. But keep in mind the men-at-arms for Vortex. Actually, I'm going to try hitting a button. Give me a second. It works. It works. Actually, we've got blue and yellow, but you guys can sort of make a little bit more sense of the battle now. So it's the blue and yellow versus the red. That should explain sort of what's going on here for you. But yeah, both of the south team here just getting pushed back. There's so many red units that are coming in through here. You can see the defensive amounts, but really not coming through. Was that a Steam notification? It sounded like a Steam notification. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. I heard what sounded like a Steam notification, but there shouldn't be. I've got those turned off. But now a huge push that is beginning to come through. We'll tune back in with these guys. We'll turn off the the colors, or rather, we should turn on the colors. But now they're going to be rolling towards that second town center. We're going to be focusing it down. And really, it looks like an absolute pushover. This has been one of the most beautiful slings, beautiful timing pushes I've ever seen. It is just the most amazing synergy that has come out from Lucifron, from Vortex, and from Mister. It is impressive stuff. Doing huge amounts of damage, and now it sounds like they're in towards the base of their enemy. So Lucifron going to begin wrecking havoc with the villagers down here. You can see that they are trying their best to chase him away, to clean him up, but it's just going to be such a tough time with these Fire Lancers just running absolutely everywhere. Now back towards the base of Leenock. He is trying his best, but unfortunately, the Springald's coming out for the mist are getting built in the field here. He is playing the Abbasid, so he's going to be able to build those ones in the field. And it looks like this is probably going to be where GG gets called, because once this final landmark does go down, or rather these final 2 landmarks go down, there's going to be absolutely no way for Leenock to get back into this game. And you can see they are focusing down the clock tower now. It's just this landmark and the Imperial Palace, and once this goes down, it is going to be good game. Leenock will be knocked out. He will have no choice. He will be forced to resign. And now those Bombards are going to be moving over towards that final landmark. This is it. This is good game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you are watching this one on YouTube, I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you check out Lidicor's page, his YouTube. He is the host of the Pro League. It is a team tournament, and there we can see Leenock being forced out of the game. Yeah, make sure you check him out. He's a fellow caster. He's got a lot of great content. He is the host of this event. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this insight into probably what I would say is the most impressive team strategy I've ever seen. It is just absolute beauty. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. See you next time.